So the movie review I'll be reviewing today is one of Netflix's newer films starring Chris Hemsworth, which is Extraction. It's about a guy who is hired to rescue this kid who has been kidnapped and finds out that another person has been hired to save this kid. And that way it kind of screws over his team and just messes up his mission. And so he has to try to find a way to get this kid to safety without all this chaos happening, and which it does. So this movie is one of Netflix's really successful films, which has been watched by over 90 million people, whatever, which is due to, you know, everybody being stuck in the crib. But how is the movie? The movie is actually pretty decent. It is actually pretty decent. If you are a fan of John Wick or Sicario and stuff like that, this movie kind of melts both of those in. One thing that you would just notice is that the action scenes and the fight scenes are just completely incredible. Like, the fight choreography was just done like extremely well. It puts you in the mind frame of John Wick. That's why I said it's like a John Wick mixed with Sicario, because you got the John Wick moves inside of a movie that looks like, that has the grittiness, the blood, and the just dirtiness of what Sicario was, and it has a realistic look and feel to it. Like that movie does. And that's one of the things that I really liked about it. When you see Chris Hemsworth, in a sense, he's never clean in this movie. Like, he is dirty, sweaty, and blood and all that stuff. Like, it is like a completely realistic take on just like this story. And I kind of like that it's not over Hollywoodized, even though it does have some Hollywood type trope or action tropes and stuff like that. It is more realistic than it is a Hollywood centric type of movie. And it has certain shots where they are long shots, but just in the way it is, you can tell where it's been cut at, because you will have like a long shot of, you know, just following Chris Hemsworth and this kid through this through like this building, or, you know, just you following them through this action scene. And then there's certain points where certain things like kind of like get in front of the camera real quick. You could tell that was a cut scene, but the way it was done, it was actually pretty good. It was actually pretty good. And I enjoy scenes like that. Long takes, no matter if it is an actual long take or if it's a long take that's supposed to look like it's an actual long take, done pretty well. But one of the fights up in the movie, the first fight, was kind of edited and it was hard to follow, but the stuff that I was able to like follow or able to catch or whatever was pretty awesome. But like I said, the action scenes were like some of the best things out of this whole movie. The emotional aspect didn't really work on me, as far as like you get to know Chris Hemsworth's character and everything else, and just a little bit of his background and just kind of the reason why he is the way he is. And I don't know, I just really didn't feel it. But Chris Hemsworth, I did like his performance. He did do well. The kid in the movie, not so good. I mean, he wasn't horribly bad, but he was serviceable, real serviceable. And the movie does have some predictability at 2 points in the movie. I'm not gonna say where, or whatever, but it was just like I knew two specific things were gonna happen, and so it was like, yeah, whatever. But yeah. Anyway, this movie is worth checking out. It's definitely worth checking out. It's a hit. It's not one of the best action films or whatever, but when it does its action, it does it really well, and whoever's watching it is going to enjoy it. So much that there is a sequel in talks of this movie, and that's not giving away the ending. It's not giving away the ending at all. But this is something that you can look up, and there is a sequel in talks. So I'm kind of curious of where they're going to go with this story. But in any case, that wraps up my review